Hello, everyone. Welcome to Barça News. It is November 27th, 2025. And guess who is the team with the most VAR errors against? I'm going to tell you, but I'm pretty sure you already know the answer. Also, La Masia's hottest gem just signed with a super agent. And finally, Ederson's agent, Andre Curie, offering him to Barcelona. We have a lot to discuss, so let's begin. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the channel. My name is Mo, and I'm still out of the country. I'm still on vacation. This is why I'm doing this short live stream. This is not a podcast, so I won't be reading the comments live, but of course, I'll be reading your comments afterwards. So make sure you drop them. This is just to keep you up to date on all Barca news while I am away from home. And funny anecdote, pretty much. By the way, I'm currently filming in the bathroom because the hotel room I'm in, it doesn't have a desk. So I'm sitting on a suitcase and my computer and camera are sitting on the bathroom counter. Hey, you got to make do with what you get. Anyway, so let's dive right into the news because, ladies and gentlemen, Archibobar has revealed who is the team with the most VAR errors against. Now, if you don't know what Archibobar is or VAR archives, it's an independent group that tracks VAR decisions in La Liga. Again, independent. They don't really have any affiliation to any teams. They simply review all the VAR calls in La Liga in all matches, and then they kind of like rule on like, oh, this was the right call, this was the wrong call. And while after 30 matches in La Liga, VAR archives or Archivo Bar have revealed that Barcelona is the team who have suffered the most at the hands of the VAR with five VAR errors against Barcelona. That's an incredibly high number because let's not forget the whole purpose of the VAR, the whole purpose of investing millions and millions of dollars into this technology, installing all the cameras, computers, hiring more refs, training them, was to prevent errors to begin with. But yet, despite the introduction of this technology, so far, and we're barely a third through the season, Barcelona have already been punished 5 times by the VAR. 5 errors against Barcelona. The picture, of course, you see on your screen, that's the penalty that Hernandez ruled against Barcelona from the Balde handball inside the area where he's turning away, his arm is stuck to his body, the ball hits the arm, and somehow, some way, the VAR thought that was a penalty kick. How? I have no idea. But 5 errors against Barcelona thanks to the VAR. And remember, this is just VAR. This is not even including the refereeing errors where the VAR didn't even intervene. Total shit show, total mediocrity, thanks to the refereeing in Spain. Now, on to the next bit of news, because, ladies and gentlemen, La Masia's hottest gem just signed with a super agent who's no other than Pini Zahabi, the agent for Robert Lewandowski and for Hansi Flick. Now, the gem we're talking about is Destiny Cosiso, someone we've talked about before. He's 12 years old. He's currently with the under 12 team in the academy. Last season, he became headline, and I talked about him on the channel because he scored, and hold on to your horses, and I hope you're sitting down for this, 145 goals in 52 matches. I'll say that again. Last season, Destiny Cosiso scored 145 goals in 52 matches. That's almost 3 goals per match for the 12-year-old Barcelona attacker who's absolutely shining in the academy and who just signed with Pini Zahabi. And by the way, he recently signed with Nike as well, which goes to show that we have a rising star in La Masia. People are already comparing him to Messi, Lamine Yamal. I don't like those comparisons. I think Destiny Cosiso is Destiny Cosiso. He's not Messi. He's not Lamine. The same way Lamine is not Messi. But nonetheless, Destiny Cosiso, remember that name because we're going to be talking about him for quite some time. His two other brothers also played, by the way, in the academy, but amazing youngster who's doing incredible things at our academy, excuse me, that continues to be the best talent producing academy in the entire world. When you think this academy is done, someone else pops up. You know, it gave us Messi, Iniesta, Xavi, Busquets, Piqué, Puyol, you name it, and then it gave us Lamine Yamal, and now right behind him, Destiny Cosiso. Now, speaking of goals, speaking of attackers, let's move on to the next bit of news because Robert Lewandowski has officially given a response to Fenerbahce. Now, as I reported in previous videos, Fenerbahce are very interested in signing Lewandowski, so much so that they were willing to make an offer during this winter transfer market. You know, Lewandowski's contract expires next summer. He will become a free agent next summer. Fenerbahce were, of course, so interested in him that they were actually willing to pay money to sign him during the winter transfer market. And Lewandowski, through his agent, have officially given an answer to Fenerbahce, which is a no. Because Lewandowski, like he said before, he's a player that likes to see through his contract. So he wants to finish his contract at Barcelona. He wants to stay until the summer. Of course, he prefers to renew his contract. It's not looking like it's going to happen, but he's definitely not leaving during the winter. We'll see where he goes during the summer. Of course, AC Milan are still very interested in him. They have contacted Pini Zahavi, his agent, several times. So we'll see where Lewandowski ends up. But one thing is for sure is that he's not leaving during the winter, not to Fenerbahce, not to anywhere else. Now, let's move on to the next bit of news because Ederson's agent has offered him to Barcelona. Now, if you don't know who Ederson is, 26-year-old center midfielder currently plowing his straight at Atalanta, someone that Deco had inquired about him in the past, but at the time, Atalanta wanted 70 to 75 million euros. So Deco said, thank you, but no thank you, because that's not the kind of money that we have to be spending, especially on such a populated position, which is the midfield. But now Ederson's agent, Andre Curie, has offered him to the club. Now, Andre Curie is a very close friend of the club. He actually tried to bring us Estevao William or Messinho, but of course, at the time, Barcelona just didn't have the money to sign him. So plus we had Lamine Yamal, so he ended up going to Chelsea. But now this is what Andre Curie had to say about Ederson. A player I think could fit very well into Barca's system, bringing a lot of physicality and energy, is Ederson, who plays for Atalanta. It's an opportunity because his contract is expiring. Atalanta have not wanted to sell him despite very high offers. I think they will sell him in this January window or in the summer. Now, Andre Curie also added to the fact that even though Atalanta had wanted 70 to 75 million euros when Deco asked about him, they're saying that since he will be entering the final year of his contract, Ederson's contract expires in 2027, so this summer will be the final year. They're saying Andre Curie said that Atalanta will probably sell him for 30 to 35 million euros, which of course is within the range that Barcelona can afford. And my question to you is, do you think this is an investment that Barcelona should do? Now, on one hand, of course, we have a million midfielders, so I think the answer would be no. But on the other hand, I think he would be great right next to Pedri. This is why I have said a million times we should have not renewed Frankie. Should have sold him. If he didn't want to be sold, should have let him go as a free agent in the summer. Then we could have brought someone like Ederson. I mean, can you imagine Ederson next to Pedri in that double pivot with Fermin playing in front ahead of them? I don't know. That sounds like a good lineup to me. But of course, I'm curious to hear you guys' thoughts. So let me know down below in the comment section. Now, we will end today's video by discussing Schlotterbeck because, ladies and gentlemen, Schlotterbeck has caused some headlines in Germany when the Dortmund fans noticed a certain snub. Now, let's watch the video of this snub that has caused a lot of stir in Germany. Now, this is a meeting of the players of Dortmund, and they went. I can't remember what it was, if it was a dinner or something like that. But anyways, I don't know if you could. Oh yeah, you can see my mouse. This is Schlotterbeck right here, and watch what happens. Now, right now you can't see on the screen, but there's the sporting director of Dortmund here to the left. And let's watch what happens because here the players are coming in. They're all saying hi. There he is. This is the sporting director saying hi to each player. Here's Schlotterbeck. Let's continue watching. Hello, hello, how you doing? And there's Schlotterbeck. He just goes right past them. And it's not like he didn't see him, because here you can see the exchange looks, and Schlotterbeck walks right past him, doesn't even say hello. Now, this has caused a lot of stir in Germany, because everyone's saying that, well, this is a clear sign that Schlotterbeck has no intention of extending his contract. Of course, Schlotterbeck's contract expires in 2027, so this summer he'll be entering the final year of his contract. Dortmund have been trying to renew him. There's been a lot of talks of Schlotterbeck not wanting to renew despite Dortmund's efforts, and this kind of confirms more that maybe Schlotterbeck is ready to make a move. And of course, Barcelona are keeping him on the list because they are looking for a center back in the summer. Schlotterbeck is on that list. Flick is a big fan of Schlotterbeck, and the sporting director just said yesterday that Schlotterbeck is aware of Barcelona's interest and that he is been giving it a lot of thought. So definitely a viable option. We'll see how much Dortmund will want, and we'll see whether this is someone that Barcelona will make a move for during the summer transfer market. And as always, let me know you guys' thoughts. Do you think Schlotterbeck will be a good signing? Yes, no, maybe. Let me know down below in the comment section. Anyways, that is all the news for this video. I did go live a few moments ago. If you haven't seen it yet, make sure you do. Don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, drop a comment, and as always, bis Barça.